The World Cup quarterfinals are here. Croatia just knocked out Brazil in a penalty shootout. And to help us preview tomorrow's games is Jeff Rueter from The Athletic. Jeff, first and foremost, thank you for joining us. And I want to get to your tweet because you just tweeted, it's better to be a Croat than a GOAT. So can you break down what we just saw from that Brazil-Croatia game?
Yeah, we can't keep every golden item that we write behind a paywall, right? Yeah, I mean, it's the beauty of the World Cup, right? And you went through 90 minutes of action between these two great teams, both teams that expect to get towards a semifinal and final, tough matchup in a quarterfinal, and it's a close game. Brazil had found it very easy to navigate through with their samba dancing through their group stage, through the first knockout against South Korea, but they came out against one of the best organized teams in the world. Croatia came from behind in every single knockout game in 2018. Some of them required penalty kicks. Some of them were solved within those 30 minutes of extra time. And in this case, it was a late goal. It looked like Neymar had clinched it, cemented his place alongside Pelé in terms of the tied joint Brazil top all-time men goal scorer. But Croatia is just inevitable. The way that they play, the organization that they have, the heart that they have, we look for advanced metrics in sports these days, but honestly, these things matter. And this team is as cohesive as any left in the tournament.
Another team that's pretty cohesive, though, is Morocco. They've been the Cinderella story of this tournament, and they've been playing some really good soccer as of late. Yeah. So do you think they'll be able to take down CR7, Portugal, like they did Spain?
You know, I think they should feel really good about this matchup. And I think that this is on paper a closer matchup than people are giving credit for, and probably a closer matchup on paper than the Spain match was. This is a Morocco side that, again, we go to the intangibles. We go to the things that we like to pretend don't matter as much these days as we get into, the nuances of who's attacking when and expected goals and all of these finer metrics and finer margins. Morocco is a team that is here on belief. They're a team that has bought into what their coach is going for, and they're not afraid of anybody. I think right now they feel that they have the rest of the world cheering for them, because otherwise the other 7 quarterfinalists were from Europe and South America, and so they have that sort of galvanizing factor of, we're the team that no one expected to be here. We're playing with house money, and we might as well just keep on going until we get our payout. And I think that if you've got Cristiano Ronaldo coming off the bench as he did in the last round, will he be as bought in as he was last time? If he is not given a start in a World Cup quarterfinal, it's a big thing to watch. They'll know that Gonzalo Ramos is as capable of scoring as anyone in the world. They will have watched that tape back from Portugal's win and won't be caught as unaware. I wouldn't expect him to get another hat trick. I think if you're asking me, I'm picking the upset here. Maybe that's the romantic in me just wanting to see that sort of, but I think that should be a very, very good early game on Saturday.
All my Moroccan friends who are currently listening to this on their social media when I post this, they're going to love you for that one. You're going to be the man in Morocco. All right, let's talk about 3 Lions. England, they've got themselves a pretty tall task trying to take down France. So how do you think Southgate will set this team up trying to contain Mbappe and the rest of France's attack?
It won't be music to England fans' ears, but they might need to go back to what they've started to call suffer ball. The idea is that this is England's best attacking generation. They have fun players to follow. They have fast attackers, but they are at their best advancing in tournaments under Southgate when they're contained. It's going to mean a third man in the midfield. It might mean another center back as well. But the big focus, unfortunately, the area that England is going to need to focus on the most is remembering that there are other players on France besides Kylian Mbappe, because so often teams will just zero in on him, and then you've got Antoine Griezmann, and then you've got Ousmane Dembele. You've got plenty of talent that's at the top level in the world who are then going to catch them unaware. So it'll be a tough matchup. I expect this one to be pretty cagey as well. I think England does have that chance. They're just going to need to know the right moment to flip that switch from being more conservative to going on the affront, because if they get down 1 goal, 2 goals, it's going to be very hard to stop this French team down.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the matchup of the World Cup. Probably going to be just the craziest game. I can't wait to watch that with all my English friends. Now that we're kind of nearing the semifinals, here it is. Here's the big question. Who do you see making the final, and who do you see winning the entire thing?
It's so tough to pick against Croatia, isn't it? But I think that if there's one team that has a better sort of unifying factor than just that whole collective approach that Croatia has shown, it's Argentina. It's Lionel Messi's final World Cup. And you look at how they've responded to that first loss in the first game against Saudi Arabia. And In 2018, they were up against it and they really struggled to get out of the group. But this time, other players stepped up. You have Rodrigo de Paul doing thankless work to free Messi up to do his thing. Lautaro Martinez at times has come through. A lot of rotating cast of wingers. Angel Di Maria, probably the headliner. But they've got plenty of players who will make a good case. The winner of England-France, I think, is the favorite on the other side of the bracket. I like Morocco. I really love what they've been doing in this tournament. Portugal, of course, has plenty of talent as well. But whoever wins that England-France game is going to be the favorite on that side. And going into the tournament, I picked Argentina to win. I'd be a coward if I backed down now. So I'm going with Argentina, but really we're getting to the point now where just about any team that's here, I could very realistically picture them winning it all in a week's time.
All right, you didn't back down and you even said it with your chest. I love it. Jeff, thanks for joining us, my man.
Anytime, my friend.